All right, so a couple of important things to check out when you're in your variable view here. We've got our variable names in this first column, which is what SPSS has automatically pulled from our Excel file. And then we have our label names. So in our variable names column, we're actually not allowed to put any spaces here. So even if we tried, it would tell us that we are breaking the law and trying to put an illegal character in there. SPSS was nice and smart enough to pull these and automatically generate these labels. So let's just go ahead and put some labels for the rest of our data. This variable name is record, but we'll just call it cases for our label. Gender, age, pre-test, and post-test. Next, we're going to go ahead and check our measures just to make sure these are correct. Usually SPSS is on point, but the last thing you want is an incorrect measure throwing off all your tests. So our records were nominal, that's correct. Our gender is also nominal. We know our age is a scale variable. We know these are both nominal variables, and then our pre and post tests are both scale variables. So next, remember how we coded our gender counseling medication groups as 0s, 1s, and 2s to make it easier to process? Well, we can go ahead and adjust, input those values into SPSS so we know what we're actually dealing with here. So let's go from from gender over to values. When you click on this, you have the option to click these little 3 dots here. So your value 0 in this case means female, remember? And value 1 means male. Make sure you're hitting enter or add before you hit OK after your last value there, because it'll just spit you out. It doesn't care regardless. So for counseling group, we said our value our value 0 was control, and then our value 1 was counseling. And then we'll hit OK. And then our medication group, remember we had 3 variables for this. So our 0 is no medication. And then our 1 is medication, 10 milligrams. Notice how we're allowed to put spaces here as well. This is just for our own sanity, so we know what's going on. So we have those values assigned to the integers within this variable, and then we're good to go. So that's how you go ahead and proof your data within your variable view. Another important thing I don't want to skimp out on, I believe SPSS normally generates these with 0 decimals, but just in case, if this kicks it out with decimals, it can look really, really messy. So I'll just quickly give you an example. Oh my gosh, this is gonna take forever. All right, let's see if we can do this quickly. All right. So see how hard that is to read? So it's really important if you do have decimals and you don't need them. Hello, what is happening? If you have decimals and you don't need them, you just go ahead and make sure that you have 0 decimals in place here. So when you go back, you're good to go. All right.